I'm going to do roast duck with a burnt citrus salsa. It's sort of a take on duck à l'orange, but much simpler and a little bit fresher in the flavours. Okay, so to start with, I've got 2 duck legs here. Love duck legs. I think it has loads of flavour. And as usual, when we're cooking with duck legs or any type of duck, you really want to pat the skin quite dry so we get that crispy skin. Paper toweling is the easiest way. Just make sure we get all that moisture away, because when it comes to crispy skin, moisture is the enemy. So, you know, take your time doing this. Another little trick is, if you have a little bit of time, take the duck legs out of the pack 24 hours beforehand and just let them air dry in the fridge in a baking dish. Okay, that is looking good. Seasoning, of course, is very important, so a good pinch of salt and some cracked pepper. I'll also drizzle a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just the smallest amount. Of course, the fat will render, but we just want to get it started in the oven. So we'll just turn them over and do the same for the other side. So I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees, and these are going to take around 40 minutes to cook. So in the oven, and we'll get onto the salsa. Okay, so while our duck legs are cooking in the oven, the salsa is very simple. I have the biggest piece of garlic I have seen in a long time. I mean, that is a monster. So I'll probably only need to use half of this. And what I'll do is just finely slice it. This salsa is going to be cooking for about 25 to 30 minutes. So by the end of the cooking process, they'll be quite soft and sweet. I've got a pot here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil with a few knobs of butter, okay? So in it goes, probably about a tablespoon of butter here. So while that bubbles away, let's get onto the carrot. So we're just going to cut that in half. And you can see I'm using some mixed peel here, and you can see the size of it just here. So we want our carrot to be roughly around the same size. It can be a little bit bigger, but not too big. So let's just cut them lengthways to start with, and we'll just dice them. All right, so this butter has melted nicely now. So to start with, let's put in our garlic slices. Now, I don't want these to burn, I just want them to soften, so not too much colour. And I can add a little bit of salt to that now, along with our carrot, just like so. And just continually stir this for about 5 minutes until they start to soften. I'll also add at this stage our orange peel. Now, I love using orange peel. Usually you use this in a sweet context, but with the gaminess of the duck, this works so well. So we want about half a cup, which is probably about 2 handfuls. So like I said, 5 minutes of cooking this, continually stirring, and then I'll start adding a little bit of chicken stock. And what I have here is 1 orange, which I've segmented. We've also got the juice of some of that orange, so we'll also add that and just allow that to cook really slowly for about half an hour. So our duck legs are cooked, they're just resting nicely here, and our salsa is ready to go. The last element of this dish, I've got a little pan here, non-stick, on a really high heat, and these orange segments that I was talking about before, what we're going to do is, very simply, just sear them on one side. Now, because there's a high sugar content in these oranges, these are going to caramelise beautifully just on one side within seconds. Let's have a look at this one. Look at that. See, it's like a burnt orange. I can actually smell that. Those flavours will work so well with this duck. So just before you serve this dish is the best time to do this. Okay, so now for the fun part to plate up. What I have here is just a little bit of puree. This is potato and parsnip puree. It works really well with the carrots and the citrus. And a big mound of that in the centre. Spread that out. We'll get our duck legs that have rested. Pop that on top, and then we're going to get our carrot and orange peel salsa and just pour that on top like that. Look at those colours. How good does that look? So let's get our orange peel over here and just scatter them in and around. That is almost complete. Last but not least, a little bit of parsley And I'll just get some of, I'm not going to chop this, I'm just going to just scatter them around the duck, like that. And there you go, a simpler, more modern take on duck à l'orange.